everybody, and welcome to Central. Oh, I can't see myself. Hi, everybody, and welcome to our second episode of Eagle Talk. My name is Mariceli Vargas. I am the Director of Student Life and Activities here on campus, and I am very excited to say that we are finally at our second episode today. I hope that those of you that were not able to see our first episode, you are able to actually see it and go back. You can watch these in YouTube. We stream them also in Twitch and Discord. And this time around, we are going to start actually talking about living on campus at our residence hall. Today, we have a great group of staff and students that are going to help us talk about what it actually means to live on the campus and what are the expectations, what you should expect, some of the fun things about it. And we hope that that will actually help you make a decision as to, hey, maybe even come and live on campus. And if not, at least come check it out. We really, really look forward to that. And we hope that you are going to enjoy our podcast. Today, like I said, I have a fabulous team, and I'm just kind of gonna pass it down a little bit. With me, I have Bruce Vassbinder. Well, say hi, Bruce.
How's everybody doing today?
Good, good, good. He is
Good.
he keeps us sane. He keeps me sane.
The most insane one of them all? Yeah, right.
Hey, look, you keep me sane. No, he actually works for community relations and talks to and is kind of tries to be aware of everything that's going on campus at least. Also with me, we have Jennifer Parcell, my right hand here at Student Life and Activities, and Babette, who has now become my left hand. Can't do anything without her either. Who is a student worker and has actually ended up helping us with a lot of stuff. And then the two stars of the show, we are very happy to have Victoria McGee. She is our residence hall manager.
Hey, y'all.
And then one of her RA, David, is here
Hello.
also. And he is going to also give us a little bit of perspective about being somebody who lives in the dorm or in the residence hall. I'm sorry, and somebody who also works maintaining the peace and making sure things are running smoothly there. So I'm actually super excited at the fact that we have everybody here, and I want to say thank you all for participating. So let's start this talk.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, Victoria, if you could kind of explain what kind of housing we have on campus, I think that would be like a good way of starting here, at least at CTC. What is it that students that want to stay on the campus can expect?
Sure. So here at CTC, at the Morton Hall, we do regular dormitory housing. So that means we have both single occupancy rooms and double occupancy rooms. So with a single occupancy room, you're by yourself, but you will share a bathroom with someone else. With a double occupancy room, you will have a roommate and share a bathroom with up to 4 people at a time. There are different rates for both those rooms. A single occupancy room is going to be a little bit more expensive, about $400 difference between the single occupancy and double occupancy room. So a single room will put you back at about $3,060 for a semester, and a double occupancy room is $2,640. But the cool thing about this is we are one of the few institutions to include the meal plan with that price. So there's no separate price, which is very, very much affordable because a lot of schools, even with me going to college, it was pretty steep to pay for housing plus, a $1,500 or $1,750 meal plan. Here at CTC, we don't have that. So the price you get, that's a flat rate for everything, utilities, amenities included.
So that is definitely a great deal. I don't know if anybody around here has tried to rent a home recently or an apartment, but I could tell you I have tried, and
it's rough.
It's very rough in terms of pricing. A lot of stuff has gone up. So this is actually, even though it seems like a lot for a little bit, for a short period of time, it really isn't when you include everything. When when you look at everything that it includes.
It is, and I think a lot of parents that come to tour as well, they're very shocked by the price. They're like, "We've been to 3 other places and you guys, are the cheapest." And I'm like, "Yeah, we are." So yeah, it's very affordable, especially when you compare it to other institutions in the area.
And you'll have a different rate for our industrial tech students, those at the Cape?
We do. Thank you, Bruce. Yes, we do. We have a monthly rate for Kate Center students because their schooling is a little bit different. So for a single occupancy room, I believe it's about $780 per month, versus a double occupancy room that's about 620 per month. And so, like I said, we go month to month because the skill center is a bit different. But we welcome all. As long
Awesome.
as you are graduated from high school, you have to have a high school diploma to live here.
And you have to be enrolled.
You have to full-time status, so minimum of 12 hours during fall and spring, minimum of 6 hours during summer. Doesn't matter if it's online classes, if you have all online classes, face-to-face classes, as long as you are enrolled full-time, you're good to go.
And also we have an agreement with Texas A&M, Central Texas down the road too, don't we?
We do, and it's funny enough, I actually got an email from one of the associate deans of student affairs from A&M, and they were saying that a lot of them, he was under the impression that we weren't accepting students. And so he was like, yeah, so we definitely want to improve our working relationship as far as marketing to our students that you guys, will accept them. So I thought that was pretty on time with
Yeah.
him sending an email. So yes, we totally accept A&M Central Texas students. Same thing goes, full-time status, you're good to go.
Awesome.
Hmm.
So this is a great option. Not a lot of community colleges have this as an option. And I know that there's some specialized programs that really look that we have as a college that others don't. And so they seek us out, and we have a lot of students that come either from all parts of Texas or sometimes other states or other countries just because of these
Yeah.
programs that we have.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that really attracts them to our campus is the ability to be able to live here and make it a lot easier.
And
I
the
know
cool thing
from,
too, oh, go ahead, Bruce.
go ahead, Victoria, you first.
I was about to say the cool thing too is that we don't have necessarily like a cutoff date as well because there's so like many semesters within the full semester. So some people have start dates in October, some people have start dates in September. So you don't have to have your application in, by August or you miss out. Like if your semester starts in October, you can fill out an application and move in November. It happens all the time here. And I think that's the cool thing about us as well. Like we rarely ever have to turn a student away based on that.
No, I was going to tag team what Mariceli was saying that we offer so many different things. And one thing I've noticed in past experience with the dorms is the aviation students that come from everywhere, all across Texas and other states, and they take full advantage of living in the dorms for a while they're taking their aviation courses. So, and you guys
Correct.
at some point set up a separate wing for them, I believe, or a separate hall.
Yeah, I'd like to joke when we do tours. I'm like, yeah, this is pretty much our aviation wing because I think all the students we had at that point was in the aviation program. I think a big chunk of all of the students, the dorm students, are in the aviation program because it's so affordable here. And I think 99% are from out of town or international. And so that's the cool part too. Like we get international students, so we get a little bit of diversity, which I enjoy.
So I guess in the fall, I'm getting a comment from Facebook. We are only open to singles because of COVID precautions still. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes, we're only doing single occupancy rooms, so there's just the flat rate of 3,060 for the semester. In the spring, if everything continues to go well with COVID, which I believe it is, we will be resuming double occupancy rooms. So yes.
Okay, awesome. So one of the other factors that I think is important is how to pay for these rooms. And I think it really helps that financial aid is actually one of the options that we have for this.
Yes.
So what are some tips that students need to be aware of when it comes to oh, I want to pay with my financial aid, or I want to pay out of pocket? How does it kind of work? Because not all students really understand that process.
Yes. I always tell students to plan ahead, know your dates. Know your dates. Know when your funds are dispersing. Know how much you're getting then. Know how much you're getting at a certain time. Um, Even students that are using your VA benefits, I understand that normally a lot of times your funds may disperse after a dorm due date. So I always tell students to talk to an advisor, talk to your financial aid advisor, and let them, get the dates because that's important. But yes, you can totally use your financial aid. The way it works is they're going to cover the cost of your tuition first, and if you have any funds remaining, you can totally use that for your dorm fees or anything else. The business office does offer a payment plan option as well if you don't have financial aid. There's only one payment plan option, but the way that works is you would pay half of the dorm fee up front, and then the second half is split into two payments over the course of the semester. And so that's the way that works. But definitely stay ahead, stay on top of it because it can get overwhelming really quick if you're not in the know about your funds.
Yes. And
And that can be stressful.
yeah, we don't want you being stressed out. It's hard enough. It's
Yeah.
hard enough having a new experience here and just
Oh,
overwhelming.
and I did want to add too, I know it gets a little bit tricky with students that are using loans for the first time. So if you're a student and you've been awarded a loan and you've accepted it, the way it works is your funds aren't going to disperse until 30 days after class starts. So even though you would be able to start your classes on that merit, unfortunately, you will not be able to move into the dorm on that merit. So the way I always prepare students to, I say, if you can, get on a payment plan, so at least you can be paid up and then just get reimbursed when your loan funds come through. And so I always think that's a good tip as well, and I think it's helped a lot of students and parents before they come for check-in.
Well, we talked about how to pay, but how does a student actually apply to get in the dorm in the first place? What's the very first step that they need to take?
Sure. So you can apply on our application through our housing page. If you go to c2cd.edu and type in housing, that'll bring you to our housing page. And then there's a few links on the left side. And if you click on how to apply, it'll bring you there. It has the application that's linked on there. It has my email. So just read the step-by-step process on everything that you need to do. Once you fill out your application, you can email that directly to me. There is a $105 application/background check fee that we do on all housing applicants. That can be paid with the business office. You can either do it over the phone or in person. And once I have that, a receipt of that, I initiate your background check, which takes about a week to come back, and then everything comes back clear. I'll send you an email letting you know that your application has been accepted, and I'll also email you some tips and reminders to keep aware of as check-in time draws near. But it's a very simple process. As far as the application process goes, it takes no more than 2 weeks.
Awesome. I actually have a question from Facebook. It says, is the last 30 days for first-time loan students or for all students?
Wait, say that again?
Is the 30 days, when you get the loan, is that
Mhm.
for all students or is it just for the first-time loan students?
Just for the first time loan student. So if you're an incoming freshman and you're getting a loan for the first time, it is going to take 30 days. Now, when you're a sophomore and you get a loan again, that's not going to matter. Your loans are going to disperse with I believe it's 10 days before class starts, all the financial aid disperses. So yes, that is specifically only for first time students.
So that's a really good question.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Linda.
Yes, thank you, Linda.
So, now, now, like, let's talk a little bit about moving.
Moving.
Because we talk about application and then we're talking about how to pay for it and then
Mm.
classes are about to begin. Let's talk a little bit about moving time. How
Moving
does
is
that work?
always, I don't know, I feel like moving is always fun. Well, not fun, but it's always very simple. Because usually I try to have the check-in process as easy as possible. So what a move-in day like would look in a fall semester, you would come in, you would have your items that you need to bring. So let's just say for this instance, this fall semester, you'll need to have a receipt of payment of tuition, a receipt of payment for your dorm or proof that you're on a payment plan, a class schedule showing that you're enrolled full-time status, and you're also going to require either a negative COVID test that's no older than 7 days or proof of a COVID vaccination. So we'll just take a copy of your vaccination card. And so once you have those things, we'll just go ahead and give you your check-in papers. So you'll sign a housing contract as well as some forms. And that's just basically to get some information from you. So we're taking down your emergency contact information, your vehicle information. And that's just so campus police can be aware of the cars that are here on campus so you don't get ticketed. And yeah, after it takes about 15 minutes to do the paperwork. And so once we have that, we'll give you your room key. And a resident assistant will take you to your room, and what they'll do is they will be with you while you check out your room, make sure everything is working properly, everything looks good. And so once that's checked off, you are officially able to start moving in your things. And so yeah, I think it takes about, like I said, the full check-in process will probably take about 30 minutes. But we try to make it as seamless and effortless as possible for you guys. So yeah, it could be a bit hectic because like a fall semester, like what was it last in 2019, we were
It
at
felt like
capacity.
forever ago. It
Yeah,
felt like forever ago.
we were at capacity. We had like 90, we had 95 students. So that was the most we've had. So it was, yeah, it was very hectic, but it was good. I love the energy. The energy was
It
great.
was fun though.
It was so fun. Everyone was excited too, you could tell. Even
Yeah.
the parents were excited. I'm pretty sure the parents were just ready. Take them. Take them.
Yeah. When I moved in, I had to get an emergency loan because I had never borrowed a loan or anything. So I was one of the ones that I was able to keep my room, but I moved in 2 weeks later than everyone else.
Yes, David was actually one of those students that didn't know about the whole first time loan thing. And I was able to refer him to someone in the business office, or was a financial aid, and they were able to get him an emergency loan. I was able to hold his room, and he came about 2 weeks later. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's another with the stimulus. Isn't there some other funds that might be able to be used for living in the dorms as
Yes.
well?
Yeah,
Oh.
so there is one out now called, I want to say it's called CRISA.
Yes.
And that's on and all these are going to be through eForms, and that's $500 up front. There's like, just fill out the application. There's no prerequisites. I know there's a question that says, were you Pell eligible? Whether you were or not, you're still going to get the money. I think at the time they were just giving priority to students that were eligible for the Pell Grant. But David, he did his, he got his money for 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that just came out that went live. That's called ARP.
Yeah.
And that's up to $2,000. Up to $2,000 for full-time students and $1,000 for part-time students.
Yeah.
And go
I
ahead.
just put a link in the chat there with lists all those stimulus opportunities or grant opportunities like the ARP that you mentioned, which is the American Rescue Plan, the CRISA, which is Coronavirus Response and Relief Supplemental Appropriations Act, the Reskilling Grant, and so forth. So students can check those out, and it's a great way to pay for tuition, books,
All that.
housing, and other things that you might need for your whatever specific program that you're in. So yeah.
And also, because we're the Department of Resources, if you guys are in a science major, you would qualify for textbook lending. So you can talk to, her name is Morgan Powell, and she is in the Student Success and Persistence Department. And you can also fill out an application if you want textbook lending. And so that's also very, very helpful and very beneficial. And it needs to, please utilize it, because we have a lot of students that don't know about it, and we have the funds. Just waiting to
baby.
use it.
Definitely.
So yeah, a lot of resources and ways to get money especially now.
So, what are some of the things that students that are when they're checking in they should know about that they should bring, and then what not to bring? I will say, don't bring your animals.
Oh,
Even though we love them.
we would love, I actually just had a student ask if she could bring her 2 bunnies, and I was like, I wish I could tell you yes, but no. Yeah, so okay, and then a lot of students ask me about emotional support animals. So I always say if you have an emotional support animal, you'll have to go through disability services and submit whatever paperwork they ask of you. And if they approve it, disability services will let me know that you've been approved to have that animal in the res hall. If by chance you do get approved to have an emotional support animal in the res hall, you'll have to keep that animal in your room. Unless like if it's a dog or you or a cat, you take it out for walks. It just can't be running around the res hall. But as far as what to bring, just bring your essentials. We provide the bed, bring your bedding, bring your hygiene items, some cleaning items to keep your room clean, or at least your side of the room clean.
Yeah, that's very important.
Yes. And I even recommend that if you do have a roommate or even your suite mate, I recommend that you guys sort of get together at the beginning and be like, this is going to be our schedule. This is how we're going to clean. Because you have to be cognizant that you're living with people now. You live in an environment where people are going to be around you, and you want to be respectful of that. So as far as cooking items, get a lot of questions about cooking items. Anything that cuts off automatically when you're done, yes. But anything like if you have a Keurig, that's fine. If you have one of those cooking ovens that beep and then it goes off, that's fine. But please don't bring anything like if you leave and forget to turn it off, you're going to burn down the building. Don't do that. We don't want to do that. No. Well, we don't want to have to run out and have a fire truck. But that's fine. Don't bring any weapons. No weapons. No weapons. Even if you have a permit to have a gun, you have to keep it in your vehicle. You can't have a gun in the residence hall. No knives, no pepper spray, none of that. Anything that can cause physical harm to yourself or anyone else, no. Don't do it.
So David, what's your favorite thing that you're so glad you brought when you checked in?
Ooh, I would have to say my cleaning supplies, honestly. Because healthy room, healthy lifestyle, that's very important. You don't want to just wallow around and not clean your room. You want to keep that clean, not only for yourself, but for your roommate. I'm very particular about how clean I have items. So like wiping down the desks after I eat, or making sure my sweeping the floors or keeping the bathroom clean. That's all very important to me. So that's on the top of my list.
Yeah.
Cool.
Especially
Awesome.
in these times.
Okay. Yeah, we have to. And what are speaking of like cleaning and all of that, what are some of the things that we're doing to keep everybody, as safe as we can during COVID and all the protocols that have to?
Yeah, well, we finally got a custodian assigned to us again, so we're having someone here that's every day, that's wiping things down and keeping things clean. As far as myself and the housing staff, like we will be wiping down the desks every day, the tables, basically all common areas. It will be wiped down and thoroughly cleaned, and that's just our way of keeping everyone safe as much as we can. We are finally going into a time where we can gather to a certain extent. We're not just full blown gatherings, but we at least want to have a little bit of life in the place. So we want to keep things clean and disease free as much as possible. So, and we even have
Go ahead.
we even have a temperature scanner now. Where you
I was
come
just going to
in.
ask about that.
Yes, we call her Karen because she is very bossy, and she will let you know you need to lower your head, raise your head, because she wants to scan you. She wants to know your temperature. Okay.
Yes, she is very particular.
Yes. Very persistent, which goes in line with who we are. Student success and persistence. She is very persistent. I will say that.
Yes.
So that's another precaution that we have as well.
I believe facilities also had placed a UV light emitter system that will help purify the air. And the
Yes,
bacteria?
yes, they went in this summer. Yeah, they placed those UV lights in the AC units. Please, guys, do not look at those directly. The AC units are covered, so you don't have to worry about it. But please don't go looking for it so you can stare at the UV light directly. But yes, that is there to help keep the air clean. And then even in the event that someone does get COVID, that's why we have single occupancy rooms, so a person doesn't have to move. They can just stay in their room. We have precautions in place. Your meals will be delivered to you. And we even have, we're able to mist a room now. And that's very painless and easy. It only takes 15 minutes. And so, yeah, so we're definitely thinking ahead, ways to keep students safe, and then ways to help students in the event that someone does come down with COVID. But
Awesome.
yeah.
So we have a few comments here in the Facebook chat. One of them says, if you want to use the HERF funds to cover housing, make sure that you mark on your application that you want the funds to be used for tuition and fees so that it will go to that.
Great
And
tip,
it can
yes.
hold your housing. So that can help you hold your housing. And then Linda is on fire and she asks,
What you
if we
got, Linda?
shout out to Linda. I'm just
What you
saying, she's
got,
making
Linda?
this, she's making it all fun. She asked, if we receive a grant for the TEOG for the previous school year, do we have to reapply for the upcoming school year?
I'm
Is
gonna
that
Mhm.
for
say
you?
yes, because if it was from 2019, 2020, and then in August we'll be moving into 21, 22. And so that's gonna be a new fiscal year. So yes, you will most likely need to reapply.
What is TEOG? Do you know? Because I
I
don't.
honestly don't know.
Bruce?
I believe it's
Yeah,
a Texas, it's a grant, I think.
Okay.
we'll find out.
We're gonna find this out. But usually for stuff like that, anything that has to do with money, they basically make you reapply every time. So
Yeah,
that's why we
I
feel pretty
wonder if you're
confident
gonna
with
have
it.
to fill out a new FAFSA then, because if it's a grant, that's probably gonna be through.
It's a Texas Educational Opportunity Grant. It's a program that provides grant aid to students with financial need enrolled in two-year
Yes.
schools. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then you will
So,
definitely need to reapply for this upcoming school year.
yep. Oh, we got a thank you from Linda. Thank you, Linda, top fan.
Yes.
So, speaking of making good decisions while in the dorms, can we talk a little bit about that? Because for those of you that don't know this, I am also the conduct officer, the main conduct officer, and then Victoria is my secondary here for the most part. And yeah,
Yeah.
talk about making good choices.
Yeah.
What does that mean in the dorms or in the housing?
So I guess I should preface this by saying I understand that more times than not, this is a student's first experience, first time away from home in an environment with other people their age, other peers that are like them, and you're kind of feeling your wild oats, you're feeling very adult,
Freedom.
like an adult, and that's fine. I want you guys to have a great experience, but safety is definitely a huge priority of mine. It's the school's priority as well. And we just don't want you doing anything illegal, first of all.
Yeah.
Please don't do that. This is an alcohol-free campus. We are also a smoke-free campus. So please don't bring alcohol inside the residence hall. Please no smoking cigarettes. You can smoke a cigarette in your vehicle, but you can't smoke it in the residence hall. You can't, please don't bring marijuana.
And no vaping.
Don't do it.
No vaping. Mm-mm.
No, do it. Don't do it. And we have had students that have done it in the past, and that is an automatic, you'll get kicked out. Students that are 21 and up, I know you may say, well, I can drink. You can, but you can't do it here. Not on campus. So if you want to go out and drink, cool beans. Just please don't bring it back with you.
And if you do it, be
And don't
responsible
Yes, don't come back,
because we want you to be
know.
able to make it back to the dorm.
Right.
Mhm.
Don't drink and drive. If you're a little bit inebriated, just go straight to your room. Don't be just cause a disturbance.
Mhm.
Don't be
Um,
messy.
yeah, we want you to have fun. Just do it, safely. Be respectful to other residents. Uh, this is a safe space for all residents, so no mouthing off. And I mean, and I understand people come from different backgrounds and people have different, realities or different viewpoints, and that's great. I think that's what makes us special as people, but you will have to be respectful of others, and that's a big thing here. And so other than that, let's just all have a good time and have fun. Because I don't want to have to do paperwork. Me and Mary Sally,
Okay, that's
we
my
like
line.
we like to say, don't make us do paperwork because we don't want to
Mhm.
have to, have you go before a committee and you plead your case why you should be able to stay in the dorms or even stay in school. Because a lot of times when something happens, not only have you broken a rule from the dorms, you've also broken a conduct rule for the school in general. And so normally they go hand in hand. So you could get academic probation. I mean, not academic probation. You could get probation or you can get kicked out. And so a lot of times I think students do things and they don't understand like the consequences, but it can get deep really quick. Re- really quick.
And I have to say, between Victoria and I and our team of sleuths,
Oh,
we end up finding out stuff that we really sometimes don't want to go
we don't
there,
want
but we end up
to.
finding
We
out
have
and,
to.
Oh
and,
yeah.
and we have to address it. So let's not do
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, and then like before you know it, it's 3 weeks in, and we have all this stuff going on. It's just like, guys,
Mhm.
you know. So we want you to have fun. We want you to, fully realize this experience, but just be safe, be considerate of others, you know, be good. Because we will call campus police on you if we have to. No, I'm just kidding.
And
And
now
we
let's bring in campus police. No,
right. Because
uh,
they are here for anyone. I don't know if we have any parents on, but we do have on campus police here 24/7.
Mhm.
And they're literally right across the street from us. So if we
Yeah.
ever need someone, they're here and hop and a skip. Um, yeah.
and we work as a team, honestly.
We
That's one of
do.
the
And in the
things.
past, they've really made an effort they do rounds here, but even when they're doing rounds, they make an effort to stop by and talk to students, get to know them by name, and just have this, really good, friendly relationship. And I really appreciate campus police for that. They go out of their way to make the students feel comfortable and safe.
They even come whenever we have fun activities in the dorms too, and they participate, which is awesome.
They do. I've
They
even
do.
had campus police officers, buy students pizza or bring them
Yeah.
food.
Oh
We've
yeah.
had holiday breaks. So there's some sweet people there. So if you ever see them around campus,
When
give them a friendly
we used to
wave.
do a national night out in October, and the campus police would spearhead that, and they would provide hot dogs and snacks and drinks and everything and we'd have it right there at the dorms. It was for everybody, for the public, but primarily for the dorms to give them a free meal for the students there. So we haven't
Yeah.
done that in a while, thanks to COVID and so forth. But before we would have it right there in front of the dorm, and the campus police would be the main ones that would lead the charge on that. So yeah, they
Yeah.
like to mingle with the students and get to know them and have the students kind of feel like they are in a safe environment. So,
Yeah.
they're
And
not there to say, I'm wearing a badge and you will toe the line. No, we're here to be your, kind of let you know that we're here if you need us and that kind of thing, more so than anything else.
correct. And even normally, that Sunday, whenever we do have a check-in, we do an orientation where I go over rules, things to know, things to be aware of, and campus police always comes by and they do a presentation as well. It's sort of what Bruce said, just to let you know, hey guys, we're here to help. If you need us, call us. And so yeah, look forward to that in the fall. I'm pretty sure you'll see a lot of familiar faces. But yeah, they're cool people. Shout out to Chief Baragon. He's great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and okay. We talked about some of the things that where let's not do, but we also mentioned we want you to have fun. So, what are some of the fun things that students can do while they're in the dorms? I know you guys have had some
Ooh.
Christmas parties or Halloween activities and things like
Yeah.
that, and whatever. So,
Mhm.
So me and Mariceli, we like to joke that we're like the fun department. because she
We
does
are.
student life, and then I have housing. So my whole thing is when I got here, I was like, I want to make this place literally a home away from home. So, and then sometimes we have students that they maybe haven't had a good home life. So I just really wanted to make them feel comfortable in this place. And I know it can be overwhelming. You're in an environment where you don't really know anyone. You may be introverted, like myself. And it may be hard for you to. I am introverted. Don't do me. Don't do me like
Okay, I'm sorry.
that.
Sure.
So yeah, so the first way, first of all, I have an open door policy. So if you have a question, if a resident assistant is not there at the front desk, or if you just want to talk to me about something, absolutely, you can come do that. I will never turn away a student. Half the time, students just come in my office to just talk to me, and say, hey, and I love that because I think that makes a student feel comfortable. As far as events go, I try to do. We like to have traditions here. So the big event that everyone looks forward to in the fall is a Halloween party, and we go all out for that. So we
Oh
do
yeah.
costume contests, we have music, we have dancing. I
Mhm.
think one of the Halloween parties, I think it went all the way till like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it went pretty long. So they have fun, and it's something that the students like really, really, really look forward to. And they're always talking about it around campus because I have people around like, hey, what's up with this Halloween party? Like, we want to come. And we do allow people outside the dorms to come as well, provided that they are 18, at least 18. And so yeah, so that's a big thing. We also do big movie nights. So we go to the movies and at
Mhm.
Synergy and Copper's Cove. And so what we do is we put out a poll of movies that are going to be out that semester, and the students will vote on what movie they want to see. And whatever movie they want to see, okay, fine. And then what I'll do is I'll go and our department, we cover the cost of tickets. And so we give those out to the students that have signed up. So I think normally I'm purchasing about 30 to 35 tickets at a time. I think one time, we went to go see Avengers Infinity War, and everyone wanted to go see that. So I think I bought like 50 tickets.
Yeah.
Um, and we all just carpooled there, and I mean, it was a great time. I think the students had a
Mhm.
lot of fun, and so that's always, I think we do that in fall and spring semester. And so
Mhm.
that's always a huge hit. Christmas time, we do a hot cocoa and PJs Christmas party. We can come down in your PJs and your comfy slippers, and we have hot cocoa and little snacks, and we watch cute little Christmas movies. That's fun. We even do video game competitions. I think the last time we had a Mortal Kombat game competition, it got really intense.
Super
Uh,
Smash Bros.
Super
Super.
Smash Bros,
Yeah.
Tekken,
Mhm.
pretty much whatever they want to play. If we can make it a competition, we do it.
Yeah.
Um, so that's fun. Sometimes we do Super Bowl parties. One time we had a luau in the spring.
Mhm.
That was fun. We even had like someone like making us little, you know, non-alcoholic cocktail drinks. It was it
Yeah.
was it was really nice. So yeah, we always ask students, what they want to do as well. We want to do things that the students want to do, because a lot of times I think uh we may lose sight of, stuff that students may want to do, and we're just doing stuff and we're not reaching students. So here in the housing office, we make it a point, to ask students to really try to. We may not be able to do everything y'all want to do, but we try.
It really ends up being like a small little it ends up being like a house itself, where everybody
Yeah.
just really has a lot of fun.
And
And
even a lot of times, I think the stuff that I wouldn't think that students would want to do, they love. I remember we had a resident assistant named Grayson, and his event for the semester was just like a de-stressing event where like you just colored and rested your eyes. And I mean, it was a huge hit. Like, I
Oh
think
yeah.
people fell asleep, they were snoring. Uh, they
It
were
was one of my
colored.
favorites.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, this was so fun. We should do this all the time." And I was like, "Wow, I wouldn't even think that would be a hit," but they loved it. So, and that's why I love the resident assistants, because even things that I wouldn't think of doing, they think of it, and I think it's very helpful and beneficial. So, Yeah, come have fun with us.
There you go.
It is fun, honestly.
And it's a great way to bond, meet new people.
And we really, I don't know, it just ends up being that then when we see them graduate, come on. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so, like, heartbreaking and exciting all at once because we're happy that the students are moving on and becoming successful and whatever comes next. But then we're like, but they left.
I
And it's
know.
just like little baby screw up.
I'm having that moment now because, you know, all my old crew, they're all gone. David's like the last one. And I'm just like, oh, I miss my babies. It's good to be. I'm getting all new babies in the fall though, so it's cool. But yeah, it's great being able to make those memories here with students. And then, you know, you get new students and then you get to make more memories. But yeah, I think the events have been a great way to get people out of their shell a little bit. Students are able to meet new people that they maybe would not have thought to get to know, you know, and sometimes they become really good friends. And so that's all we really want.
Yep. So one last, well, it's not really one last thing, but one of the things that we want to make sure that everybody was aware of is what happens during winter and spring break.
Oh, yeah, good question. So, the res hall shuts down 2 times. We shut down for Christmas break and the spring break. So for Christmas break, that's the huge thing. We close after, I want to say it's usually the first week of December, and all students are required to move out for that time period. You're also required to move out all of your items. And the reason we ask you to move out your items is because normally this is a time frame that facilities maintenance and outside contractors will come in and do some maintenance on rooms that we may not have been able to get to before in the semester. And so in order for you to keep things safe, things not being broken, things not being get any dirt on them, we just have you clear it out. Now we do have some closet spaces on the outside of your room. Whatever you can fit in there, go for it. But whatever you can't, you have to take it with you. Now, in the spring break, we also shut down as well, and students are required to leave for that week period, but you can leave your items in your room. You just would have to leave. Any other breaks, like Thanksgiving break, you're able to stay. Holidays, you're able to stay, but the Christmas break and the spring break, you are required to leave. So sometimes students that may have issues finding alternative housing for that time period, please let the housing staff know beforehand, you know, give us enough time so maybe we could try to find you alternative lodgings or give you some resources. But a lot of times when we have students that are in those situations, they don't tell us like until the day before we shut down, and that's always like really hard to help them. So if you feel like you may not be able to have a place to stay, please let us know as soon as you know, so we could try to be helpful. But at this point, we haven't made any exceptions to allowing students to stay on campus for the winter break. Hopefully that'll be able to change, but as of now, no.
And then,
What about job opportunities? Like David here is an RA. What if a student comes in and say, that sounds like a cool thing. I want to become an RA.
So to be a resident assistant, you have to sign over your soul, your firstborn babe. No, I'm just kidding. So normally the way the resident assistant works is I usually only hire people that have lived here at least one semester. And the reason I do that is because I get a chance to see sort of how that person is. And also the student gets an idea of how living here would be. So if you're interested in being an RA, come talk to me, say, hey, I want to be an RA. We'll have you fill out an application. We do 2 interviews. So you do an interview with the other RAs, and then you do an interview with me. And the reason I have a student's interview with other RAs is because they are the ones that's going to be working as a team. They're actually the ones that see each other more than I see them. And so I value teamwork and that everyone meshes. And so thankfully, all the RAs we've had so far has meshed really well with one another. So yeah, that's available. Now the resident assistant, it does not pay. However, your dorm fee is waived. So you don't have to worry about paying dorm or meal plan. That's on us. Now there's also work study opportunities here, and that's through financial aid office. And so what you do is you apply for work study. If you get approved, basically you will put in your application, your resume, as well as your availability, and different departments will be able to look at your resume and decide if your schedule is convenient for them or not. But those are some opportunities for you guys.
Yeah, Mariceli also has job opportunities as ambassadors for some of those.
Yes,
who might
Mercedes
be
High
looking
Student
for-
Ambassadors, please apply.
Please, please, please. I definitely need some college ambassadors. You can just go to the CTC employment page. I need people that are going to be outgoing, that are going to be comfortable doing something just like what we're doing right now, giving tours, talking to prospective students, people of the community, participating in events. So yes, please, college
It's really
ambassador,
important
good
work.
work for me.
Yes.
Yeah, and since you're
Yes.
living in the dorm, it's real convenient because you're right there, easy accessibility. Plus, living in the dorm, you have a
Yes.
little better insight as to CTC and how things go and those kind of things. So it's a win-win in those situations. So.
And me and Mariceli were always wanting to, usually when Mariceli is like, oh, do you know anyone in the dorms that would be okay for this? Because it's way more convenient. So usually when she's looking for someone, it's someone that's already living in the dorms first, because that's more convenient.
It just helps.
It does. It does. So yeah, totally apply. If I have any opens in the spring for our resident assistant, please apply if you're interested.
Yes. We're hoping that you do.
Yes.
That because unfortunately David right now is a little flying solo, but
Yes, he is my only. Oh
companions.
my gosh, I'm so thankful for David. He's the only RA that I have. He drove all the way down from Tennessee, okay, to work this summer. That's my sweetheart. So yes, David is the head RA going into the fall semester. So I just hired a new batch of RAs. So we'll be training them up in a couple of weeks. So we're excited. But yeah, if I have any openings in springtime.
Yeah, it's a fun job. I'm working with the maintenance right now, but it's a fun job. You get to help the residents, you get to help them settle in, help them get comfortable and acquainted with the campus, and it's a great deal.
Yeah. And so that's part of it. Like, yeah, you work closely with, other departments, you work with maintenance. I actually look to them to come up with at least one event a semester, so that they're staying active and that they're staying apart. And the cool thing about resident assistants is, even if you're introverted or you're really shy, I love seeing students blossom through becoming a resident assistant. Like, I've had so many people that I didn't even know really that they existed, and they applied for resident assistant, and just to see the way that they blossomed and grew into leaders, I thought was amazing. And so that's what I love about the resident assistant program here. And I'm so grateful for them, because they're literally my left and right hands, my eyes and ears. And so when I'm not here, I have nothing to worry about, because I know that they got it and they got me. So yes.
Yeah, it's really kind of a cool thing when we have all these events and we have all these things, all these pieces happening, and we know we have each other's back.
Yes.
And honestly, I'm grateful to be part of the student success and persistence area, because I'm part of it. Victoria is too. I mean, our individual departments are, and we love our boss Julie, who's watching. I can see it because she keeps writing little cute messages that
She's amazing. We love you, Julie.
and
Hi,
she says,
Julie.
she says, I love Victoria, my co-introvert.
Yeah.
And I'm not me mugging today. I'm actually smiling.
Showing face.
Yes.
No, but we have a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys can tell, but we work together all the time. We really, really enjoy working together. And when it means like helping a student or making the time fun for a student and just putting things together, it really, really, really
It does. Yeah.
it makes that's actually I think the part of the job that we love the most, honestly.
Yeah.
Because
And even the reactions from students. Yeah, because like,
Yeah.
okay, it confirms like, oh, we're doing something right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's even the stuff that you wouldn't expect. I remember one time we had PB&Js and I was like, they're not going to like this. Oh, do you know the last time I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? This is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Nostalgia. And it was like,
Mhm.
okay, whatever
Yeah.
floats your boat. Um, so yeah, that's great. I love being able to put a smile on a student's face and helping them because we are the resource department. So whenever we are
Mhm.
able to see that student experience success in whatever avenue it may be at the time, it's a win for us. We love it. We love to see it.
Yeah.
They notice that we care.
Yes, and that goes a
Mhm.
long way.
Yeah.
Goes a
Yep.
long way. And they're more apt to return to us or stay with us. And when they have an issue again, they come to us quicker, like more, faster. Like, hey, this is what's going on.
Mhm.
So that's important for us. And so we take that very seriously here at CTC, especially the student success and persistence. We will persist for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do. And we have fun. I don't know. Again, with the students that come here, either to the student lounge at the hangout here or part of the clubs, and then we have the dorms, and then it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I know so and so that you might want to meet, and then we kind of make that connection. And then if like Victoria's not available for some reason, if we already had the opportunity to get the chance to meet them here, like they'll come see Jennifer or me. It's
Yeah.
like she's not there, but oh my god, I need to talk to somebody. I have a situation.
Yeah.
And vice versa. I've had ambassadors do this work for us, and for whatever reason, we're not available or something's going on. They'll go to Victoria and say, "Oh my god, I have a situation."
Yeah.
And that's really cool because we end up, I don't know, and this is just me, but it's our babies. It's like a little chicklets, and we just love to see them
Yes. These
grow.
are my
And so
babies.
we're a family, that we're trying to get them. Now, don't get me wrong. If you do something dumb, we're gonna call you out on it.
We will
Yeah.
will be disciplined. Yes, because we will hold you accountable.
Mhm.
We
And
hold students
with love.
accountable. They'll get us wrong. We love you, but we will hold you accountable. You got to do what's right now.
Mm-hmm.
But thankfully, that has been very far and few
Yeah.
between. Um, but yeah, I love my dorm babies. I
We
hope they
don't.
love me back.
I love how our department in the dorms also, hey, I need an ambassador. Do you have anybody? Or hey, I need you to help with the dorms. I mean, we're cross trained into the point where
Yeah,
us and it never used because I've been here a while and it's never been like that. Which I love the teamwork and the together to have. It's amazing. I
absolutely.
love
I'm
the
so thankful for that as well. Yeah. And it's been great because, like Marisol was saying, when I can't be there, when she can't be there, we know that we've got each other covered to where everything still flows and we can come back, get that piece of info and be like, oh, everything's good. Okay, great.
hmm
So yeah.
And that's ultimately what we want you to know is that we want you to be successful. We're going to do what we can, and then we're going to be here for you. And even if that means sometimes just hearing your woes, like, okay, that happened,
Literally, because we know sometimes that's all you need is just to vent. And I didn't realize that until I got here. And so many students have just, came and sat down in my office and just vented. And, after that, they were okay. And so
Yeah.
that's why I always say I have an open door policy. If you need a hug, I will give it to you. If you just want to come down, sit in my office and not talk and say anything while I do my work, that's fine. I've had that happen as well. Or sometimes, I think it's great too with the students because they're even able to vent to one another, help each other out. I've seen them sit down in the lobby and they've just sort of counseled each other and helped them figure their own stuff out. That's awesome. So don't ever feel like you can't talk to anybody here. You don't have anyone. We know we may not be your mom or your dad or a family member, but we are your friends. And we advocate for students here, student success, student health, all that. So please utilize us. We're here. Use us.
it's basically what it is, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm always surprised, and I don't know why it surprises me because as long as we've been doing this, but it's always the progression and we know that change can be really hard for a lot of the students. Going from I'm living at home with, parents, family structure. We have a lot of students, like we mentioned, that either come from another state, another country, or even students that, maybe grew up in a really small town,
Right.
and are getting used to living here, or they come from a really big city and are getting used to living here. It's just the environment is so different because
Mm-hmm.
we're kind of in that in between. We have a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And we understand that change can be hard. So,
Yeah. It's always the hardest.
yep. All right. So, let's talk about some of the events that are coming up, that are really important to us and for you as well, students, and anybody who is even just considering coming to CTC. Bruce, do you have anything, or do you want me to?
Go for it. The first thing that popped in my head was the new student orientation, which is first and foremost.
Mm.
Yes. So we're still we kind of threw a wrench on him because today. So that's why he's like, what? No, we do have new student orientation. It's gonna be happening August 5th and the 19th in the morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. We want you to register for that. You can go to ctcd.edu/NSO to be able to register, and it gives you the instructions, and you can pick what dates to register for. This time around, we just changed it a little bit. We're going to have a little bit of a different format that we have in the past. So we're going to have the initial new student orientation, and then on different dates, we're going to talk about some what we call pathways. And they're just pathways that different students can take during their education. So it would be like if you're interested in healthcare or the health services, if you're interested in business and business technology, STEM, if your degree plans fall under these different, categories, then we're going to have presentations done by faculty. And everything is going to be virtual, so you'll be able to get a lot more information coming up about those specific dates and what we're doing. But you will find that information, like I said, at ctcd.edu/NSO. And the main dates to look for are August 5th and the 19th.
And the thing is, you don't have to attend both. You just need to attend one or the other.
And then the pathway that you're most interested in. I mean, you can honestly go to all of them if you want. That would be great. But if you don't want to go to every single one of them, just pick the one that.
Yeah, because there are a lot of students out there who are not sure which career path they want to go, so they will sit in on several just to kind of get an idea if they have an interest in this particular area, and it help them make up their mind, or at least steer them in a direction more so than another. So feel free to choose any of those career paths, as many as you want to.
Yeah, and invite anybody that you think, even if they're not ready to come to college, if you think that you have a high schooler that might be benefiting from going to these events and saying, oh yeah, these are the events I'm going to be offering, and maybe they can start looking at different degree plans just so that they can start having idea as to what they want to do in the future. Please, this is open to anybody, but we really want to focus it mostly on incoming students, so we say that that's our main audience. But honestly, if there's somehow we can help you get some of these answers and kind of get you on the correct pathway, please let us do it for you. Let us help you out. I don't have a lot of information, but I am going to say save the date for Saturday, August 14th. We are currently planning an open house. We don't have a lot of information on that yet, but please just kind of mark your calendars. That is something we really want everybody, any prospective students, members of the community that want to find out more about Central Texas College. We're basically going to open the doors wide open and say, come on, see us, get your answers, to those questions that you might have. And we'll have services open so that you can participate, be able to really
Yeah, I think go get registered.
Yeah, they can. People will be, hopefully that the plan is that you can do everything from admissions to registration, and kind of get that out of the way.
Advising, register for the TSI testing, all that stuff.
All that stuff is going to happen. So
be very helpful.
We really want everybody to come on out. Again, that's going to be August 14th. We kind of want it to just be an opportunity for everybody to have fun and seriously be able to bring your entire family and enjoy our campus.
And that's from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., correct?
That's what we're planning right
Yeah.
now. We don't have a lot of details yet, but that's just to kind of give you a general idea of what we hope to be able to offer. But definitely just kind of mark your calendars on that one. And then classes actually begin on
August 23rd.
23rd.
It seems like a long way, but it really isn't. If you
Just
have
around
not
the corner.
registered, it's just around the corner. If
Literally.
you're ready to register, or if you need something else, please get it done as quickly as possible.
4 weeks to go, guys. 4 weeks to go.
A lot of people like to leave it to the last minute, and right now we're not as busy as we will be the week before classes begin.
Yes.
So
yes.
get it in, especially if you have questions and things that might take, sometimes you start a process and then you come up with a question and it kind of stops you and you don't know what else to do. Now is the time to get those answers, get you rolling through the process, and that way you could get registered and get your classes paid for and make sure you have a decent schedule, that you have all the classes that you need or that you
Please
want.
go talk to an advisor. Please go talk to an advisor.
Very clear, very much so. That's super key. And so please make sure you get that. We want to see you here. I mean, we have not seen a lot of students on campus for over a
We're
year.
so
It's like a year and a
excited.
half.
Yeah. We're all
Um,
excited to actually have students. I mean, we've had to have students on campus a little bit, but fall semester, of course, we know they're going to be out, way more. And we're so excited. We definitely want to see you guys here. So like Maricela was saying, like whatever roadblocks you may experience, try to get it done ASAP because we want to see you here. We want to see you thrive, be successful.
Especially with financial aid and VA, you need to get that paperwork in yesterday.
ASAP.
That way we have.
Good point.
ASAP.
Good point.
Yes.
yeah, a lot
Yes.
of people don't realize. So I filled out the FAFSA, and they replied to
doesn't
me
stop
in
there.
an email.
Yeah.
Follow up.
There's way more, and it can take a
Yeah.
few weeks or even a month to get that squared away.
Yeah.
So please make sure.
And now
We
it's crunch time, so it's very busy for that department. So yeah, it takes time. So you can't do stuff and expect it to be done by tomorrow.
And the other thing, I had somebody in Facebook chat mentioning, and it's very true. Payment is due at registration. So that means that you have to either have your financial aid squared away when it's time for you to register, or you have to pay for your classes right then and there. Otherwise, your classes can get dropped.
Yeah.
Now,
Correct.
there is the possibility, something that Victoria mentioned, is that you can do a payment plan as soon as you register, so that your classes don't get dropped immediately. So that is an option as well, and you can contact a business office and have them walk you through the process and figure out how to do it. We really, really want you to. It's very difficult. I know it's frustrating for you guys when your classes get dropped, because we hear about it, and it frustrates us too, because we really just want you to do well and be successful and have everything squared away.
Yeah.
And not everybody qualifies for financial aid. So sometimes if you're paying out of pocket, you just need to wait till payday, or if you need to wait until a little bit later, then definitely get a payment plan in place. That will lock your class in and until next payday, when you can pay for it, or whenever, it gives you more of a grace period to be able to pay for everything.
Right. And if you feel like, hey, payday hasn't come fast enough, but I need to move into the dorms, but let me know. I'll hold your room. If it's going to be like a few days or something like that. But yeah, definitely reach out as soon as you may be experiencing a roadblock. As soon as reach out to somebody and let them know so they can try to help you as best they can. Because like she said, it can get overwhelming really quickly. And we understand that. And so we're here to try to help you figure that out as best as possible.
Yep. And then last but not least, we have Welcome Week. And that's going to be the first 2 weeks of classes. That would be from August 23rd until September 2nd. We're planning on having all kinds of September 3rd. We're planning on having all kinds of events happening on campus and virtually here in Killeen in the Central Campus, and then we're also having virtual events for those of you that maybe are not in the local area or are not able to participate in the events that we have here. You can get more information in our events calendar. Those events should be up there, and then I think we actually have a website dedicated to that as well. Please look at everything. See how you can participate. That's another great opportunity for you to meet other people. We're actually going to be in what we call the mall area, which is in front of the library, in between the library and our building here, the Roy J. Smith Student Center. You can come out, you can have some fun, talk to different people. We're planning on having a little bit of food. And then and this is my favorite one, maybe because it's one of the ones we're putting together. We're having a rubber ducky race. I'm just saying.
Oh, Lord.
Come on. I know it's corny, but I love it. Come on, the rubber duckies are
Somebody
gonna be
say-
cool.
You're right. Everyone loves rubber duckies. I don't know anyone that dislikes rubber duckies.
We're gonna have a DJ. We're gonna have a party atmosphere. Honestly, it's gonna be a welcome to everybody, because normally we think, oh, we're just welcoming the students, but this time it's really welcoming faculty, staff, and students. We're just everybody like, what?
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in person in over a year.
Yeah.
And I think we're all looking forward to just being able to have some fun together and share things together. So definitely. So see, even Julie agrees. The rubber duck is going to be the best. There's that face. Everybody, this is Victoria's face when she's like, yeah, okay. We love her and her faces. For those of you that don't know her, her expressions are the best. They give me life. So
You will always know what she's thinking with the.
This is true.
yes,
There is no denying that. And Julie is very well aware of that as well.
she really is.
Yes,
Meetings
she loves
with
to she
her-
loves to remind me. Yeah.
Meetings with her are awesome. So anyway, we just have fun with all this. But thank you very much to Victoria. Thank you to David for being here and being able to talk about housing and its different options. And of course, my usual bunch that I love so much that's always here with me. We have Bruce, Babette, and Jennifer. I definitely
Whoop,
can't
whoop.
do this without y'all. And you keeping my sanity, because at this point, sometimes I do feel like I lose it. No, but the teamwork is really what makes me happy, and it really is what makes it worthwhile. And if you have never had the opportunity of working with amazing people, I am so sorry for you, because I love my team and everything that we bring to the table. So thank you very much, you guys. I appreciate it. Next episode. Oh my goodness, I forgot that.
August 24th,
It's going to be August 24th.
Good
and
looking
that's
out,
gonna be
Bruce.
featuring the Career Center.
Career Center.
Ooh, with Keisha?
Yes, Keisha.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
She's going to be coming and talking about all these things that the Career Center is constantly doing to help us out. Please
Yeah.
join us.
Tune in for that. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, if you
That
need a
one-
job or you're looking for a job or how to help with the resumes, interviewing and all that
Mhm.
stuff, Career Center will definitely help you out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then actually the week after that, we're having also Dr. Mahone Lewis and keeping your sanity.
Yes, mental
That
health.
one is awesome. So
Important. Yeah.
those are two really great opportunities that we're going to have to be able to talk to everybody. Those are actually going to be back to back because they're part of the Welcome Back events, or the Welcome Week events. And so that's why I said we have virtual stuff going on for you guys too. So please tune in for the next few ones. This one's going to be available in YouTube shortly, probably within the next 24 hours at the Central Texas College YouTube page. So please be on the lookout for that. If you want to see it again, or if you want to share it with a friend because maybe they're interested in being part of CTC housing and staying here in either the summer or the fall or whenever you get, well, I guess it's more fall now at this point, but still, anytime in the future. It just gives you a lot of really great information, so just share it with a friend. And so thank you,
And if
everybody.
there's any questions about student housing or anything that might come up, Victoria's all right with you. I'll put your email in there so students can have that in the chat and they can forward you questions if that's cool.
Not at all. I don't like that at all.
Okay, well, let's do it anyway. Let's do it anyway. So if
It's
there's any
done.
questions about
You
student
can also put
housing,
do you know my extension as well? You could put that in there as well.
I do not.
It's 254
Gotcha.
526 1790.
1790.
Yes.
There you go.
Bam.
Done.
Call me.
So yeah, if there's any questions about student housing or anything that we've covered today about what to bring, what not to bring, how to apply, the RA positions, or anything at all regarding student housing, there's an email and phone number for you to reach the resident hall manager.
Yes.
And the email is vmcgee@ctcd.edu.
Mm-hmm.
I just
All
put the
right.
phone name out there. I think it still goes.
It works.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I had a great time. This is actually one of the highlights of my day, talking to all of you and having this great interaction. Hope to see you in a month and have an awesome day.
You guys take care.
Bye.